Hi everybody, welcome to Bruta Games. I am Big Bruta, and today we are watching a replay of a game I had against Daredevil. Daredevil is a guy who was on the cap room during a tournament, and I played against him, and it was really good. He does beat me in the next game. I'm not going to record. I didn't record that one. I don't know why, but he beat me in that one, and he did it by changing up his team a bit. That completely countered my team, and I didn't change mine, so I was gonna lose anyways. But he picked up a Pyroke in that game and a Landorus in replacing him in his team, and it really worked and destroyed my team. Anyways, yeah, I love Pyroke. So let's get started. He sends in Crucible immediately. Crucible, as you know, is a very strong Pokemon, and then we have Manic Trick. I sent in my Manic Trick because Manic Trick has Intimidate, and he's a great lead. He's very fast, and if I can get him evolved quickly, he's a good revenge sweeper. So I had him come out. And plus, the Intimidate means Crucible can't one-shot me, even though it'll still hurt really bad, don't get me wrong. So he Mega Evolves, and I think his attack miss? Oh no, I just Volt Switched before. Then he Head Smashes into my Colossal, which with that, it does good, just nice. It did nice damage, but then he U-turns, which does a heck of a lot of damage. So it shows you how strong Crucible is. He took half my health with 2 attacks, and he's so fast that I can't respond to it. I go for Knockoff because I knew he'd switch into something else, and Tomahawk getting his Rocky Helmet is really helpful against physical teams, but in this case it probably wasn't the best move. I go for U-turn then to switch out and bring in Sylveon, yeah. The reason I bring in Sylveon here is because Sylveon is my cannon, my nuclear missile devastation. It's Hyper Voice with the choice specs. A Hyper Voice from choice specs. Wow. It has Pixelate and choice specs. So if you do that with its full-on investment in special attack, oh my gosh, this thing hits like a truck. And pretty much it one-shots anything that isn't resisting it, pretty much, or has huge special defense. So by bringing this thing in, his Tomahawk has to switch out, and whoever comes in is going to take a humongous hit. And that's why I love Sylveon. It gains so much momentum if you time him right in the battle. Bring him in, he brings in Crucible, and I go for a Psy Shock, knowing he'd bring in something to resist my Hyper Voice, and boom, Crucible gone. Just annihilated instantaneously. And now I have to switch out because my damage isn't so amazing and spectacular anymore. So I bring in Tomahawk, right? I bring in Pyroke. Why? I don't know why I brought... Oh yeah, I'm setting up the rocks. And I know he can't one-shot me with Earthquake, even though Pyroke doesn't like taking Earthquakes. He can because of his grass typing. He switches in Volcanion, who has Sludge Bomb, which I don't know at this moment. Yeah, I'm still worried because of the fire attacks and everything he has in his arsenal. So I switch out. Volcanion's really strong. I knew Colossal was going to die, so I just let him die. He was so low at health anyway, so there's nothing I could really do with him. Then we bring in the Mana Trick, and my Mana Trick can completely revenge kill this Volcanion. He has so much speed, so much damage. But I knew even if he switched into Commodore, which I knew he would, it won't be that big of a deal because he only heals off of this, and I know my Overheat can one-shot him, and I'm faster than him, guaranteed. So I'm like, as long as I don't miss, this Commodore's dead. And so immediately Overheat, and boom, Commodore's gone. So now we have 2 setup sweepers on his team gone. I know this Garchomp is defensive because he has Stealth Rocks. And so I switch back out. I think I go into Tomahawk. Yeah, Tomahawk. I came in here because Tomahawk is such a good physical wall. And the Rocky Helmet on top of it just gives me nice chip damage, and he switched out like that. Even though this is great for me because now I have another chance to use Hyper Voice, and nothing on his team wants to take it except the Volcanion, and you'll see how much damage this does. Watch. Here it goes. Boom. Look at that. 56% of his health gone. He's tanky, and he resists it. That's how much damage it did. It's nuts. And I knew I was going to die from it, but I knew something was going to take a humongous hit. But this is my mistake right here. I switched out Plasmanta when I should have stayed in with it, because he goes for a Sludge Bomb. Because I'm guessing this Volcanion is actually Specs, and I did not know this. So he goes for a Sludge Bomb, and I'm just totally screwed by that. Because now I get hit by a crit, which just sucks so bad. But I lose my Tomahawk. I wanted Tomahawk for Garchomp, but except for that, though, he's not necessarily that big of a deal. Bring Mana Trick in now, knowing because I can definitely outspeed this and wipe out with Volcanion. And pretty much anything that switches in, except the Garchomp. But I have Hidden Power Ice for the Garchomp specifically, so, and Landorus, but... So bringing that in, I was able to do that and kill it, revenge kill it, bring in my Pyroke again. Pyroke is such a good wall against everything. Really, there's like, what? Crucible can kill it, Tomahawk, and Commodore. Those are like the main 3 threats to it. My Colosoils I can destroy, which is hilarious. It's not something you should be able to do, but I just Leech Seed. No. I just go for Giga Drain and Synthesis, and I can just whittle them down, and they can't kill me. Anyway, so I stay in on this because I got a Lava Plume on it. Why did I do this to Tomahawk? I think I don't want to take any chip damage, and I need to keep them alive, and I was worried. Switch or Hidden Power Ground, so I just stayed into Pyroke. I didn't need it for the fight, so I just kept it alive. The only thing it would help me with is Garchomp, but I have 2 Pokemon that both have abilities to deal with Garchomp, so I don't have to worry about that too much. So I just stalled it out, and I actually was surprised that I was able to, but this was perfect for me, and now Pyroke dies immediately in this turn, because of... I can tank, like, 3 Earthquakes, but 4 is too much, and I have 26% of my health, so it was just a high roll of damage. Thanks. Three, 2, 1. So, yeah, he Earthquakes my Pyroke. My Pyroke cannot take more than 3 hits of Earthquake, which is really impressive still, considering how powerful Garchomp is and Colosoil. But, I die to that, and then I bring my Mana Trick, which now, at this moment... Alright, we should go back a turn. Okay. At this moment, right after when I bring my Mana Trick, I know that I've won. Right here. Yes. Right here, I know I've won, because my Mana Trick can deal with anything his team has to offer. If he stays in the Garchomp, my Hidden Power Ice will one-shot it. If he brings in Superior, he won't be one-shot, but I outspeed him. So 2 hits of Hidden Power Ice will destroy him. And if he brings in Garchomp again, I just Hidden Power Ice him again, and there's nothing he can do about it. My Hidden Power Ice right now and my Speed stat is keeping me completely ahead. There's nothing he can do in this situation. And that's why I love Mana Trick. Mana Trick is so good as a pivot and as a, not pivot, as a scout and as a revenge sweeper in the end. He just cleans up shop anytime you need him to. He has such good coverage, even though Hidden Power Ice is really weak. It has really good coverage alongside of his Thunderbolt and Overheat, so I just love it. Discharge is a fun option, but I just tend to feel like Thunderbolt's damage is actually more useful, so yep. So I come in here, Intimidate, so I know, unless he Earthquakes me, which he probably would, because my whole team is electric right now, but I just hit Power Ice, and boom. Like, unless he was Scarf Chomp, there was nothing he could do to stop that. Bring in Superior, and I'm going to wreck Superior again, because of the fact that, I got Overheat, and that's a one-shot guaranteed. And that's how I won. It was a really good game, and if I had the other one, I would show that one as well, but the other game, he learns from his mistakes, and his big mistake there, really, I felt like, was the lack of usage in Crucible and his lack of usage on Commodore. So he focused on a team that was slightly more defensive. He replaced his Garchomp and I think the Superior. Yeah, with Pyroke and Landorus, and because of that, his team was a lot more bulky, and so I couldn't pick off the easy threats out quickly. And then on top of that, the Pyroke was a huge nuisance. My team has a hard time dealing with Pyroke. The only thing that I have to deal with Pyroke is what is it called? My Plasmanta and my Tomahawk, and he quickly got rid of them. It was just simple. He had a Scarf Landorus, I think, and he just brought in No, it wasn't scarfed. He had rocks on it. But he brought in his Landorus and Earthquaked me, and he was faster, and boom, I did a bad switch and just got wrecked. And after that, I had nothing to deal with his Pyroke, and his Pyroke simply just walled the hell out of my team, and he slowly picked me off. It was good games both sides when we did this one and the one we did after. But yeah, it was a great game. And thanks for the game, Daredevil, and thank you guys for watching. And until next time, guys, rock your life.